Here is the last part of the mystery of Pet Shop in Saitama, Japan. Along with the cases of the disappearing people around Sakine, the police were also investigating many cases of fraud. Sakine, Kazama, and Yamazaki were all being targeted and questioned about all the criminal activity revolving around the African kennel. Also, in a strange coincidence, a dog breeder in Osaka was caught murdering his clients and was caught. This news led to chatter about the Saitama African kennel case, and a lot more attention and focus was placed on the trio. Yamazaki under interrogation cracked and confessed to helping dispose of the bodies. He told police about Sakine, the threats he made, and how he was forced to help the couple transport and dispose of the victims. On July 7, 1995, Yamazaki's trial was held at the Urawa District Court, present-day Saitama District Court, and the facts of the indictment were generally acknowledged. Subsequently, on July 24, Sakine and Kazama were brought to trial in the same court, with former pleading no contest. His lawyer criticized the prosecution for not disclosing evidence or affidavits, while Kazama claimed that she had been threatened into submission to help dispose of the bodies, and was not involved in the murders or dismemberments themselves. In the Kawasaki case, she admitted that she had driven his car to Tokyo with Yamazaki, but denied knowing that it was his or why she was doing it in the first place. On October 6, at Yamazaki's third court hearing, he testified to confessing due to an agreement with the prosecution, but at his co-defendant's trial, he refused to testify. According to him, it was because the Urawa district prosecutor had broken a promise that he would release him if he gave enough evidence. He also revealed that he had negotiated to have his wife released on bail, and they were allowed to have in the prosecutor's office. On the other hand, the Urawa district prosecutor's office said at a press conference that his wife's bail had been carried out through due process, denying the existence of an agreement. Since then, Sakine and Kazama's defense counsel criticized the proceedings and argued that Yamazaki should not be considered a reliable witness due to his judicial transactions. When the prosecutor in charge of keeping Yamazaki as a witness appeared at trial on July 19, 1995, he admitted to allowing him to meet his wife, but continued to deny making an agreement with the accused. On November 2, with the participation of judges, prosecutors and lawyers, the Katashina crime scene was explored for verification. 15 days later, the prosecutor's office demanded a 3-year prison term for Yamazaki. In response, his defense counsel pleaded to a lesser sentence, and because of, was acquitted and given a suspended sentence. On November 20th, Yamazaki appeared as a witness in the main trial for the first time. A cross-examination was conducted, but as declared previously, he refused to testify, and each subsequent time he appeared as a witness, he criticized the prosecution and police, and swore at the judges. The prosecutors initially planned to have him as a key witness, but resorted to the affidavits at the investigation stage in the end. On December 15th, Yamazaki was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for his participation in the murders. While it was acknowledged that he was coerced, it was pointed out that he was not physically abused or kept under surveillance, was only verbally threatened, had many chances to contact authorities, and participated in the crimes of his own initiative. He later appealed the sentence to the Tokyo High Court, but it was dismissed, and he served his sentence in full. On September 3, 1998, when asked a question at his trial, Sakine, who until then had neither denied or admitted responsibility, finally confessed to being involved. However, he claimed that the murders were masterminded by Kazama, and that Yamazaki had killed the victims, while he had only participated in order to protect the love of his wife. Following these statements, the couple constantly confronted each other. On July 6, 2000, the prosecutor's office demanded the death penalty for both of them. Closing arguments. were held for 4 consecutive days from October 10th to 14th, with Sakine pleading for life imprisonment, while Kazama asked to be found not guilty. Approximately 5 years since the trial began, after a total of 105 court sessions, the defendants were found guilty. On March 21, 2001, the Urawa District Court sentenced Gen Sakine and Hiroko Kazama to death. In the final statements, the judges scrutinized the convict's statements as conflicting and intricate, and pointed out that even if there were secret agreements between Yamazaki and the prosecutors, his confession included facts which only the perpetrator could have known. As such, even if there were certain falsehoods or exaggerations, his confession would still be considered credible. The former couple eventually admitted to killing 3 of the victims, besides Yasutoshi Endo, who they claimed had been strangled by Yamazaki. However, no discernible motive or incentive could be found in this claim, and this was quickly rejected. Concerning the Kawasaki and Wakui cases, while it was acknowledged that Sakine was the principal mastermind and murderer, it was also noted that Kazama willingly offered to participate in both crimes, and was thus held equally as responsible. And when it came to the Sekiguchi killing, no conclusive evidence could link her to this crime, and Sakine is considered solely responsible, but the fact that the former claimed the latter masterminded the whole idea, and that the possibility of an accomplice was not impossible. This possibility was taken into consideration during the judgment. They appealed the sentence, but the Tokyo High Court rejected it in July 2005. The Supreme Court once again upheld the decision in 2009, finalizing their death sentence. On February 14, 2005, Kazama admitted to a degree that she was involved in dismembering the bodies of Endo and Wakui, and on July 11, the Tokyo High Court dismissed their appeal. Both later appealed to the Supreme Court, but on June 5, 2009, Justice Yuki Furuta dismissed their appeal. However, Sankei News reported that in November of 2016, while awaiting execution at the Tokyo detention house, Sakine had a heart attack and was taken to hospital. He was being treated at the detention center. He died of multiple organ failure on the morning of March 27, 2017, age 75. Kazama, who remains on death row, continues to assert her innocence, a claim supported by Yamazaki, who in turn says that Sakine had coerced them both into committing the crimes. Kazama is currently still awaiting her execution. In 2011, a movie based on their murders called Cold Fish, directed by Shunsono, shows the gruesome details of their crimes. In 2020, Fuji TV also made a drama based on the life and crimes of Sakine and his wife Kazama. Despite not being as ruthless as some of the other serial killers and mass murderers in Japan, this crime and murdering couple grabbed the attention of people around the world because of its connection to animals. Unlike other killers in Japan that are known to have a mental illness, many more